Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of They Die at the End. Here with Aaron Cosbiel, myself, Skip Marazzi, and of course, Ocean Alvarado, who makes these games the most fun. He's got a couple surprises for us, so Ocean, why don't you take it away?
Hi, Skip. Thank you. Wow, I'm really excited.
I'm also very excited.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. The
What?
last two times you had me on, we were doing Magic the Gathering,
Okay.
which I know super well. I know inside and out. This week, I think we talked a couple of weeks ago, and we wanted to do Warhammer. So I have
Okay.
four. I have lined up four Warhammer 40K stories. They're not going to be. They're not going to be like 100% lore accurate.
Okay. All right.
There's like too much for me to know all of that.
That's fair. I
So
mean, guys, come on. All the fandom. Comment below if you think that you can know all the lore of Warhammer, and some nerd pipe up and tell me that you can, because I'm interested in knowing all the lore. You can come on and talk to us because I would like to have you lore dump on us. But I think most people would agree that the canon is so large and has been going on for so long that it's very hard to know all of it. So I don't fault you for that.
oh yeah, no, there are entire book sagas that are just about a single battle happening. Like where like the amount
Exactly.
of books are absolutely ridiculous. Like it started I mean Warhammer is a tabletop war game. So the whole point of the world is that there are an infinite amount of factions, an infinite amount of battles, and an infinite amount of little plastic models that you can buy and build into different armies.
I've seen
So
them. I drool over them every time I see a painted set that's really, really nice. It's like, oh man, that's a game I really want to get into, but only for the pieces.
So I would actually recommend if anyone likes playing tactical, like real-time strategy games, Total War Warhammer. I've bought it on Steam. Total War
Oh,
Warhammer is like one of my favorite games ever. They have one, two, and three, and it's all of the fantasy factions. So it's like models that were too expensive for me to play with or look at as a kid. You can just recruit and have in your armies, and it's like,
nice.
oh my god, it's one of my favorite games ever.
Fun, fun.
Uh, yeah, and I guess the other thing about Warhammer is that it's sort of split into two main genres.
Okay.
Warhammer Fantasy, it's swords and bows and arrows.
Oh, fun.
It's
Okay.
fantasy. It takes place on like a single planet.
Interesting.
Warhammer 40K is a sci-fi story. Still
Gotcha.
fantasy. There's still magic and stuff, but it's like in the year 40,000.
Which is the one I think most people are more familiar with. I didn't have a really deep understanding of it, but I've come across more models of 40K than any other Warhammer.
It's definitely the more popular one. I liked just fantasy for most of my life, and then
Really?
around like 2020, I was just like, yeah, 40K is cool. And then I think like two big things that have helped with popularity. A game came out last year called Space Marine 2. So Warhammer 40K, and it's a sequel to a game called Space Marine. Really good, like really fun. I think it sold like 1 million copies.
Oh my
And
God.
then there is an Amazon series, an animated Amazon series called Secret Level that has a Warhammer episode. It's like an anthology where every episode is a different video game. There's a 15-minute animated, just amazing Warhammer short that I mean, it's like fantastic. There's never been a movie, but like there's some pretty good stuff out there right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, and super fun. Like I said, the lore is fantastic. So there's a new mechanic that you want to introduce for this game. As we had the card mechanic for Magic the Gathering because it's a card game, which is fun. But you wanted to introduce the new mechanic for They Die at the End for the variation that we're playing this Warhammer for.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think if there's like an in-universe way to call it. I'm just
Hmm.
referring to it as escalation.
Okay.
So when you fail, if you're doing a roll trying to jump over a fence and you fail the roll, when it goes to another player to take over, the roll to the one to die is going to start increasing. So if we transfer once from you to Aaron, if you roll a one or a two, that is now death. Aaron loses control and it comes back to you. 1, 2, and 3 now means death.
Yes,
Uh,
I like it.
if you want, and we're resetting that in between each story. If you want to, we could also do critical successes escalate. So if you roll a 20, a 19 or a 20 is a crit, or an 18, 19, 20 is a crit on your third
I
one.
like that. I like that. Okay. Okay. I will. I'll post it in the chat so we can kind of keep track, so that anytime it changes, we'll have a point of reference. That will make it easy. We don't have to try to remember. Um, Sometimes I'm not great with details in the midst of a story, so fun. I am very excited. Aaron, welcome. And are you excited? Yeah.
Yeah. I've today has been just a good day, and I'm gonna have fun with my friends playing this game with you guys.
Exactly. That's the plan. Did you get your goals in and your powers?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. Sweet. And I have as well. I'm gonna put my thing up on screen so you guys can see the roll. So I am ready whenever you guys are ready. That's not an official roll, although it is a good one. It's just the one that came up when I brought the thing up on the screen.
I can't share my screen.
What? Goodness.
I have
Cosmic.
no permission.
You have no
I'm.
permissions to share your screen? That's weird.
I
Oh,
mean,
you know what? I am so sorry, guys. This is silly. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we're on a stage. We need to switch over to general really quick, and that's all my fault. You guys cool? I'll see you over
Oh,
there.
okay.
yeah, that's fine.
All right.
General.
General look switching. What's up, buddy?
Oh, and just like that.
We've lost one. He's stranded. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I need to fix the permissions on that stage, I think, so that multiple people can show it. Um, but yeah. So
No, I honestly didn't even know that there was. I just assumed we were in the normal chat. I didn't even know stage was a thing.
yeah, so Chandler wanted to set it up. Who's Flamingo, who does the music for Cox in Space? He was like, we should set it up so that because sometimes he wanted to jump into a conversation just to listen, but not to necessarily be a part of the conversation. Which is really, really cool. It's like you're not joining the call, but you're just like seeing what they're up to. And sometimes he'll be on playing games, and so people can just come on and watch him play games instead of being like part of it. Um,
Oh,
yeah, or like when Jack's doing art and stuff like that too. Like apparently, I mean, I guess it seems like in this community, like it's intimidating to join the conversation, but it's not intimidating to join like a muted, like off the stage portion of the conversation.
yeah.
So you know, guys, if you didn't know that we had a stage set up for like these games, you can just come in and sit and listen to Ocean tell these stories to us. So coxinspace.com, click the Discord link, and you'll be brought right there. Send me a message and be like, "Hey, I want to be a member," and I'll give you membership. You can hang out, but you can do that at any point. You can just come and hang out on the stage. But to delay the game anymore would be a crime, and I'd have to go to cyber jail. Or something. So,
Oh, significantly worse things can happen to you in Warhammer than
oh, okay,
cyber jail.
I got you. Okay, all right, good. I was trying to give us a lead in that made sense, but that I don't know anything about Warhammer, is what I just basically said in a very long statement, which is why
Oh,
I am so glad you're here to
oh,
tell
man.
us about what you know about it.
Oh, man. Okay. Do we want to start the first one?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Aaron, are you able to share your screen in this place?
Probably.
Nice.
Uh,
I did see it pop up, but I wasn't. Ding ding ding. There's my guy. He's like watch him. And I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, if guys are down.
watching you, watching me.
I got an 8 instead for the takeover.
You got an 8?
Yeah.
Bad.
Shabwang.
Five.
Oh man, we're okay. I'll take the lead on this very low roll. We're like destined to be
Who
killed.
rolls the highest of the lows?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Oh shit, thank you for being
In
here, man. I'm just like, this is like Christmas again. I know we just did this like 2 weeks ago, but we're celebrating Christmas again.
This is there's so many places to start. Um the I guess uh, before I start narrating, I'll start with this. The franchise character, like the mascot character for Warhammer, is a Space Marine. Space Marines are 8 feet tall,
Oh jeez.
multi-organed, human, like transhumans. So they
Oh, it's
were.
intentional. Gotcha. Okay.
This is very intentional. They are like super duper soldiers, Space Marines, Ultramarines. They are technically like children of the God Emperor of mankind, which all of humanity, in quotes, all of humanity worships. The God Emperor of mankind is an almost omniscient, psychic, massive humanoid. I think the God Emperor is like 12 feet tall or 15 feet tall, and he, in a horrible heretical rebellion in the year 30,000, the Imperium of Man split apart. They were dabbling in a psychic other world called the Warp, and they found evil magical powers called the Gods of Chaos.
What?
And the Imperium of Man split in half. And in that civil war, the God Emperor of Mankind was almost killed. And he now, in the year 40,000, sits on as essentially a corpse on a golden throne, where his body is psychically protecting and running and fueling a lot of the psychic energies that run the Imperium of Mankind.
My
So this is all to
God.
say that. So this is all to say that in the year 40,000, humanity is an empire that spans most of the galaxy. They are at eternal wars and crusades with anything that's non-human. Warhammer is basically the founding franchise that started grimdark as a genre.
Okay, gotcha,
So,
gotcha.
and the tagline in Warhammer is, "In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war," and that's all. That's everything that's going on.
That makes sense. It's had a huge influence for a long period of time. I mean, and that's we're talking like several decades now over
It's
all sorts of
Do you
media.
do you
it's
think they'll cast?
definitely.
Do you think they'll cast transhumans as the transhumans for the
I
TV
I
show?
want them to. Honestly, this is a hot take. I want to give this hot take right off the bat.
Do
In
it.
world, Space Marines are only men. I think that's garbage. They
Right.
would have every person being a Space Marine if they could. There should be male and female Space Marines. Well,
Right.
you'll
Also,
find
it seems like
many dudes
it's
that are mad about female Space Marines. They should exist.
right, but it seems excessive that they would have male versions of the Space Marine anyway, since the like the movement from female to male in the womb is just extra energy spent. Like, why wouldn't they just beef up the female model, which is very sturdy to begin with?
Hey, we're
You know what I'm
we're
saying? Like, it
preaching
just
to the
doesn't.
same God
Yeah,
Emperor
like,
here.
I mean, there's something to be said that like the brain operates less better. This is a great way to say it. When the testosterone has scarred the tissue between the hemispheres in the brain. So, um, anyway, yeah. So
Hey,
preach to the choir. So they're all women in this world, is what you're saying. And when we're talking about a space marine, it's basically a buffed up woman with multiple organs. So,
well,
if you guys don't like it,
in
comment
world,
below
yeah,
and
all
tell us how mad you are about it. But yeah,
yeah,
for
they
this
better
game,
be.
right?
They better be women. Yeah, in this one, yeah, we're gonna stick. I'll stick to the lame book lore, and Space Marines are all men.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hang
But
on, wait. Didn't we just agree that they're all women in this lore? We don't have to agree that I mean, you said you were gonna be off the lore a little bit anyway, right?
I want it. I want it to be.
There,
I personally want it to be. My tabletop army is going to be all female Space Marines, and they can send
GM's
me to
preference.
Warhammer
Yeah.
jail.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So GM's preference, you
Um,
know what I mean? I won't know the difference at all because this is I don't know the lore. So
all of that context aside,
okay, fair.
um, everything in the Imperium is about worshiping the God Emperor of mankind. If you don't do that, you're pretty quickly labeled a heretic and turned into a lobotomized worker robot in a human body.
Gotcha.
Or you dutifully serve the God Emperor and fight and die in a meaningless war, and just turn into basically another corpse robot.
As you do,
Um,
yeah, as you do.
Yeah.
Is the God Emperor Henry Cavill?
Oh my God, I actually don't know who they would have as the God Emperor. It probably should be. Uh,
Headcanon, Henry Cavill, fair.
Yeah.
And it's just like this disembodied face on a corpse, but like all the energy is flashing around. It's his voice.
Super duper handsome. No, he'll probably be somebody dumb and lame and annoying. I love Henry Cavill.
It'll be
All
the
of this
same model they
to
use
really
for Snook, and they'll just put it like a different skin on it.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. I mean, he's really
Star Wars
no one's
reference.
actually seen him. No one's actually seen the God Emperor since he
Really?
was like mutilated by his own son and turned into a skeleton man. The people think he could like come back one day and he's gonna like re-lead the Imperium. I think he's basically just like a skull and a spine attached, like basically not alive,
Damn.
just a corpse running
Right.
psychically.
There's like one neuron, and it's still powerful enough to fire everything.
He's like there's definitely a reason that he's like a Christ figure. He's extremely powerful. And he's not even like a playable character if you can play the tabletop version of Warhammer 30,000. The fracture that happened was called the Horus Heresy. You can play Horus, you can play as his son. They've never made a model of the Emperor. You would you the human would be the Emperor to the models of the characters. You just
I
knock
gotcha.
them in.
Right,
Like
right.
it would be ridiculous. So sorry, all of this to say, worshiping the Emperor is the main goal,
All right.
and Space Marines are rare. They are called the Angels of Death, and most humans will never see them. They are worshipped almost like droplets of the Emperor's holiness, and they're treated like you would treat the Emperor. They are
Wow.
massive, merciless, weird transhumanoids that are
For real.
above what a human would be.
I mean,
Standing at 6 feet tall, you would see right into a Space Marine's navel. You would
Damn.
see just under their belly button. Space Marines are absolutely huge. So
and I've
we
never even seen a woman that tall. So I just think that, I mean, on top of that, that not only are they tall but female, that would really be astounding.
it'd be fantastic.
For
Honestly,
real, for real.
they would be like sexless. They would basically have no sex.
Well,
with
you
it.
said angel, and I was like, okay, cool, like these big, powerful, androgynous things. Because like really, at that point, they're not breeding, right? So gender's not really significant anyway. They need room for more organs. I can imagine they're going to
Space Marines-
remove all genitalia for the purpose of like making sure that they have an extra stomach and then like better, like two hearts and like that sort of thing, right? Like four
They
lungs.
have two sets of lungs. They have 3 hearts. They have multiple redundant organs. They wear underneath. They wear power armor, like 1,000-pound layers of power armor,
Damn.
powered by a battery pack on their back. That is as fluid with their skin, like as their own skin would be. Like it's
Oh,
like
it's like
wearing
haptic
clothes
response.
for them. Yeah, I mean they are ridiculously overpowered. The guns Space Marines use. If you ball up your hand into a fist, that is the size of bullets that come out of Space Marine bolter guns. Space Marine bolters fire basically mini grenades, and the gun, like a handgun, would be big enough for you to carry with 2 hands. Like everything on their scale is massive. A very famous iconic weapon they have is called a chainsword. You would have to wield that. You'd have to be a huge human to wield that, and with 2 hands, and they carry it like a sidearm.
Oh my
So
God.
they are massive compared to us. Everything on their scale is massive. If one walked into you wearing power armor, you're dead. Like if he just brushed into you
Right.
on an accident,
Just
you're
sheer
exploded.
weight. Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We are on Skip. I hope you're ready.
Alrighty.
You are in a world of all of this craziness. You are a human man named Callus.
What?
Callus.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Have
yeah.
I ever seen a
You're a
Space
man.
Marine before?
you've heard the name Angel of Death,
Oh,
and you thought it was absolutely silly because you've seen a new kind of power. You've heard about a God Emperor.
right,
That's
right,
silly. You
right.
spend your entire life on what's called a hive world, a
Hmm.
world that's an entire factory. It's polluted to absolute nothing anymore. And you've lived your whole life on a multi-layered caste system where your life is just meant to work. And in this horrible grind of slaving away to manufacture guns for soldiers and watching your friends get turned into machines, you've heard whispers in the darkness in a planet, factory planet of tens of billions. You hear whispers of gods in the warp, and you meet with other like-minded people daily, monthly, year after year. You meet with others secretly about a power that's more tangible than anything the God Emperor could offer you
Oh, that's
on
like
a home way on the other side of the galaxy. You've heard something called the truth of Nurgle.
Nurgle.
Your
No.
your body has been slowly, by reading prayers written in scripts that you didn't understand and having etchings of the number 7 hidden in spots on your skin, you've grown more resilient to the lack of sleep and nutrition. You have what started as little skin rashes are turning into yellow pustulous boils, and
What?
people that you thought were your friends are turning into cultists and soldiers hidden inside this hive city of Atoma Prime. And one day your job isn't to go to work and sit on a factory line. Your job is to break the neck of an Astra Militarum guard, take his rifle, and start arming other cultists in the cult of Nurgle. You
Nurgle.
uh, you hit the button on an elevator, and as it comes down, the doors open to guardsmen that are well above looking at people who just work in the hive factories, leaning on guns, smoking cigarettes in this elevator. And you and 10 other cultists open fire on guardsmen who are serving the God Emperor of mankind. And you don't register anymore that what you're doing is heresy because everything you've been doing feels right and feels good.
Oh my God, the warp took us over from the inside. That's why we're cultists of Nurgle. Um, okay.
You drop from a charged las rifle that has a bayonet on the end. You change out the magazine, and a guardsman, hand over hand, tries to crawl out of the elevator. And you see him reaching for, it's very similar to a power sword, but it's a human-sized chain axe,
Oh jeez.
where, yeah, just an axe with a chainsaw blade on it. You walk over to it, pick up the axe, and I'll let you take over. What would you like to do? You have you've got some cultist buds. You've got a guard of the God Emperor of mankind who was, I mean, clearly trying to go for it.
Right, right. I'm going to draw on the powers that I've got to move the weapon that he's reaching for like out of his way, um, so that he can't reach it. And he said that he's down right now. Or is he like
Yeah,
wounded, or is he like he just
he
got
is
like knocked
bleeding
over?
out of like
Okay.
a laser hole that you seem to have like shot through like the right side of his stomach, like maybe like back, like whereas like the liver down through his kidney might have been, and he's just like crawling on the ground, hand over hand.
And this is just one of the regular guards, right? This isn't like the Angel of Death type guard.
No, this is a human man.
Okay.
They tend to wear like khaki like pants and shirts over underneath like a green helmet, green chest piece. Like they look like Marines from the Alien movies.
Gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. So I still have do I have one of the lasers in my hand, or is it just the other guys who are armed?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Sort of slung in between both your arms. You have a las rifle with a bayonet on it.
then I want to do a combination action. This with what I'd like to know what the check is if I could, to move the gun the sword that he's reaching for like out of his way like with telepathy or telekinesis, and then also shoot him with the laser rifle and just like make sure that he's down, like put a bullet in his head or put a laser in his head.
Honestly, like super low. DC is going to be like 6.
Okay, yeah, go.
Or both at 6.
To do
You could
both
probably
those
just get it off
actions.
one roll. Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Dang it. Okay, so I am going to call for the telepathy that I get a +2 on. So it was at 5, which I lost, but I call for the points of telepathy, which means that you and I roll off. And if I win that roll off, I get a +2 on this roll.
Sure, yeah, I'm just rolling with the D20 in person. Oh, geez, I'm sorry, I rolled a 20.
No, you got the. Let's see if I get that 20 also. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so no. Let me. Sorry, I just stopped sharing for some reason. But okay, so I got that 9 and lost the wager. It's okay. So I missed. So the moving and the shooting. What happened? Also, the thing went up. So here you go. Failures at 2.
Yeah, Yeah, so
Also,
Aaron, you're
you got
gonna
a
take
20
over.
being the GM, so failure should be at 3 because you should get a bonus roll.
So I would say what actually happens is you go to instead of using your because Skip, you've chosen a telepathic power, and I'm going to say that since you failed, that you actually don't use the power. You just decided to grab the axe.
Okay.
This soldier underneath, like on his chest on the ground, you almost see like a light, it's like something sort of spark and like ember up. Your hand feels like it is absolutely burning. Your hand up to your shoulder, your face, the spots on you that are turning into the blisters feel like they're absolutely on fire, and you pull your hand away. What the soldier has on him is called a purity seal, and when something that is demonic or unholy gets too close, it protects the soul of the wearer by burning off. So you are like, this is a sign that you are becoming something. You already felt different, but that's a sign that you are something new. You are a little more than human now.
Okay. Totally a corrupt being. I just rolled a 2 to try to take over the creature again. Kaz?
3.
Oh my God. Yeah, so we're basically becoming evil, and we've been low rolling this whole time in response. All right, so
Yeah, I mean, reluctantly evil.
reluctantly evil, I suppose. Yeah.
There we go. What do you want to do, Aaron? This guy. So you put your foot on the axe and kick it a little further away so this guy can't grab it and start trying to like hack at you on the ground. But you didn't. Sorry that so little has happened so far.
Oh no, it's totally fine. You flubbed these rolls. As you can see, the die are being so very reluctant to even come and play. They're like, nah, we don't know. How about you roll a 2 and you roll a 3? So we're powering through. Those high rolls are coming. I know it. I can feel it.
All right. So basically, I need to either subdue or get away from this guy.
Yeah.
And I am going to getting hungry. I want to run away and try to find like a cafeteria.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I just realized I'm sorry because the mechanic was new. We just set the failure at 3, which means that we both failed on that story. As we tried to get to that guy, we failed with that new mechanic. That us getting close to the seal should have killed us, unless Aaron wants to use the leftover bonus that he has from the previous game.
No, that's
I'm super sorry. It just occurred to me.
I have no specific involvement in this story, and not enough to um, to risk a point that I already have.
Right. As the advisory GM, I should have caught that for you, Ocean. So I'm really sorry. What happened when we
No,
got
that's
too
actually
close to that guy's
this is so.
purity seal?
I'm actually liking Aaron's choice because this is so. Here's what I've got. The purity seal burns your hand. You kick the axe away, and deciding to feed this hunger of Nurgle in your stomach, you do remember that there is a cafeteria. It is a mess hall that you can absolutely run through whatever. You can eat anything now, whether it's rotting flesh or a fresh. I honestly have no idea what they even eat. Gruel, if as a just a mechanist in this place, you run to the cafeteria where you absolutely remember dozens of cultists hoarding and pigging out over cannibalism and other traitor guardsmen that were being killed and eaten. You burst through these double doors and find mess, chaos, cultists, people that you had recognized who were wearing rotted copper masks, who had these rotted swords, who were using stolen guns, are on top of all of this gore that they were already enjoying, are split in half and thrown along walls. There are holes punched through doors the size of fists. There are pillars knocked out of the way. There are tables overturned. It looked like a hurricane of blood and gore ran through an already disgusting room. And from a flickering light on the other side of this dark, destroyed cafeteria, from floor to ceiling, you hear footfalls louder than you've ever felt. They shake the room coming towards you.
Oh, God.
And underneath a light, you see blue armor with red lights staring down at you for eyes.
Oh my God.
A dagger comes out of a sheath in a lightning speed, and you are from gut to skull split in half with a knife that is the size of your entire leg. You are
God.
sliced in a blink of an eye and thrown into the darkness as an angel of death strides past you and to the mess that you just made by the elevator.
Oh my God.
I would have let you cut.
He says his final words, skin burning from the evil. Yeah. Wow, it's a brutal world. That mechanic is crazy. I'll be more on my toes to help you out with that one. But yeah, also, dang, we lived and breathed in the mines. We turned to evil because what other choice do we have to try to rise up? And then we get sliced down by something that's a woman who is so massive that how could we?
Yeah, massive woman.
Right.
No, I mean, Space Marines do. I mean, it would be like exactly that quick. It would be exactly that unglamorous. In the secret level episode, it's like 4 Space Marines kill like 100 cultists very innocuously and just like very casual hand-to-hand combat.
Damn.
It's pretty funny to watch if it wasn't so gruesome, but it's just like, hey, I feel like that's a cool introduction. Instead of writing where you're an awesome Space Marine killing a bunch of cultists, you're just a guy who has a lot of power, but you're one in billions.
So you're like on the tabletop as just one of the pawns. But yeah, and then meeting the Space Marine that way too, like we knew what they were, kind of like as legend, but then like coming around the corner and be like, oh God, there it is, blue armor, red lights.
So basically, if it wasn't so early, I was going to have it be survive. It was basically going to be you surviving. I was imagining like a tornado, because Space Marine the bolter fire is so strong it'll punch through multiple walled rooms. So he could be fighting multiple doors down, and it feels like you're getting shot at directly. Like things would just be exploding from like fire hundreds of feet away because it's so dangerous.
Right, because he's just throwing fist-sized bullets. Oh my God. Hey, real quick, do you mind pointing up my goals for the next one before we start?
Yeah.
And I don't know if Aaron has values for his because I can't see them, but
I mean, I don't have out value. I just gave them the goals and the out and the.
nice. Aaron, you want to talk about your powers so we can scheme tabletop, or you want to keep them secret?
I mean, it's pretty simple. I got charisma 2 and music 2.
And what's the second one?
Music?
Ooh, okay, music. Oh, like the ability of music. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah,
Well,
I got telepathy and telekinesis. Ooh, those are some high points, guy. But fair, very.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was trying to think. Your first one, Skip, is pretty easy. It's not going to be a happy ending. But the other two, actually honestly, the last one, the only problem with the last one is that like you can stop one, but another one's going to start pretty quick.
For sure, there's no problem there as long as I get to at least stop one.
Hey, if
Um,
the other person accidentally does one of your goals, does that count
you,
as
you don't
the
get
body
points.
accomplishing
You don't get points unless
it?
you got control of the character. Um,
Okay, just curious. Like,
yeah, I know it's a
if you
good question,
accidentally
right?
happen to do something.
Yeah, because someone said not die. Someone said their goal is not die. But like, I guess you could have that as the extra bonus because you do get 10 on top of not dying.
We've had I think both the episodes I've been on, that goal could be accomplished by the end of the episode.
It's a possibility. The less players you have, the more likely it is to happen. But yeah, the more players, obviously, they just add more chaos. But we good for the next game?
Yeah, I'm good for the next one. Do you guys want to roll off? See who goes first?
Yeah, let's do it.
Mm.
Crap. So crap. Aaron, do you want to change my roll by chance? Because it's a one. Because we're just gonna burn the entire we'll burn the entire setup. Yeah, basically tell us the story of how he died. Is what
I
happened
only got a 4.
as I rested for control. Um, so I wish I'd put some swag up before this game started, but it's too late for that right now, unfortunately. Um, and also the whole camera shabale. Let me see if I can get some swag real quick to solve this situation. How close am I to swag? Should be always near at hand.
You have
Well, I have to
your
say this,
brain
GM,
that created
will you allow
the
it if I
swag.
pull up some swag right now on a different screen? Because I don't want to
Oh,
burn your story. Yeah, well, it ultimately
will
comes up
I
to
allow
you.
it?
Yeah, because I could be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I would allow it in my game, but like you're GMing right now, so if you're like, you know what,
Yeah,
bro, that's not the okay, okay.
absolutely allow it. I was gonna
Because
say I've got 4 stories.
that's what you said. I
could
was like,
make up
I don't want to kill
I
one
could
just
make up
right
a
up
5th one.
with the bat. But we'll see what happens next, because they'll be like, suddenly, everybody dies again, and it's like, God, why can't we stay alive? And they die at the end. Um, dang it, I
We
still,
die all the time.
yeah, exactly.
They
That's
die throughout the entire show.
yeah, that's kind of
I
the
stay
thing
dying.
about this. Yeah. Uh,
Actually, real quick, I want to ask Aaron, how do you, as someone who I would say is like, you're classically optimistic, how do you feel about a world where the whole point is like grim dark, like where there are no happy endings? Like, does Warhammer like appeal to you?
I mean, I've never played it. I've the painting seems like it would be fun. And it.
Space Force Dragons.
I also fan of games like Risk and Axis and Allies. So conquering
Oh,
other people is fun for me. Winning is fun for me. Like some people are usually surprised by how competitive I enjoy being. Uh,
Okay.
No,
Well,
yeah,
so in
he's
addition,
lawful good, so which means that as long as it's good for him and he can do it with the rules, then winning makes sense, right? Like that's the thing
Yeah,
about the
and
optimism is that you can always find a way.
if I'm in control of the world, then it becomes an optimistic world.
oh yeah, I
If,
mean, yeah,
yeah, if I win, I get to make the world in my vision.
I
So
mean,
it's
fair.
the best possible outcome is if I win.
So
you
the ends
sound,
do justify the
yeah,
means.
yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
you sound like out of all the factions in 40K, it sounds like you would like the Tau. They're they're the closest thing to a good guy faction. Their motto is for the greater good, and they're kind of
The
like
greater good.
yeah, they're like they're like the Gundam faction. They have like a lot of sci-fi suits and mech suits and have a lot of technology. I feel like you would be a Tau guy.
Yeah, I would be the prince.
Oh,
And justify means, anyways. Uh,
Yeah, guys, I'm not for some reason I set it up when I was away, and I can't seem to get back into the other account that was set up. Um, and still, I mean, we'll lose the recording if I don't. So, uh, do you wanna just give us a tragic throwaway what a 40K like cheesy death could feel like? Maybe like Marina on a battlefield, or I don't know, a painting disaster.
yeah, actually, in all of Warhammer 40K, there are many different species that are a plague on the Imperium. We already met one of them, which are the cults of chaos. They can spawn on any planet. Another very
the Montagues and
horrible.
the Capulets. Then there's two plagues on
Then
both your
there's
houses.
then there's two plagues. Another serious one that crosses over between fantasy and 40K are orcs. Orcs
Oh,
in Warhammer are like a fungus, literally, where they have green skin because they photosynthesize and they feed off the sun. And they grow
what?
from four meteorites that crash into planets. And they can grow underground in these huge colonies, and they are massive. They are space marine sized orc monsters. They are much bigger than your average person. And they have two gods. They have a god called Gork and a god called Mork. And Aaron, I'm gonna say Aaron. Aaron, you are in this immediate. Well, I guess Skip is the one that died. So Skip, you are playing as an orc called Big One Tooth. Orcs have a very specific way of talking, where they all talk like Cockney dudes, and they intentionally spell things wrong. They don't call guns guns. They refer to all firearms as DACA and how much DACA you have.
Wow,
And they have a religion. Their religion
Daka
is
Daka.
based on DACA. Oh yeah, they love that DACA. The religion of Gork and Mork is based on faith and the power of how strong a large collective of orcs believes something. So
Ooh.
Big One Tooth is the leader of a clan who decided, hey, we can make a big robot suit out of anything metal. And if we just believe it enough, it'll work.
Okay.
And it actually does.
What?
On a mission where you are leading a group of orcs chasing down a battalion of space marines, you in this shambling pile of scrap take down an Imperial Space Marine Warhound. It is a 25-foot tall mech with two guns on it. You stride over it, break its leg with your leg, punch down with a mechanical clawed arm, and crush the pilot in one blow. But in this massive pile of junk, you have multiple sets of leaking explosive reactor cores. And as you crush this pilot, they're about to turn multiple space marines into mulch. Your suit explodes in you, around you, underneath you, and turns you into absolute ash. And you have done nothing wrong. Gork and Mork did exactly what you wanted. Dead.
But we never found Mindy.
Nope.
Wow. Yeah, that's a fantastic. I mean, the game is they die at the end graphic and visual deaths are fantastically. That was the way to handle one. Thank you, sir, for doing that, for burning one. I'm ready for the next game. You guys, you guys are ready for the next game. That was really good. There's just a nuke that
Didn't
went off that destroyed everything in the area.
Well, and it's also like super duper true. Or if I mean, it is a thing where like orcs think like the chevron pattern, just like a checkered white and black like racing pattern.
Hmm.
Orcs overwhelmingly believe that makes you go faster, so they will paint ships and bikes chevron colored because it does literally make them go faster. If something is painted red, they think it shoots better and stronger, and like enough orcs believe it, so it is true. Like, it is hilarious how they work.
So if you can convince everybody that something is true, then you can make something true, and that's how that magic works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is true. Um, there is a show that we're talking about. Uh, Chandler and I are talking about the idea of the show where these things come into existence because people believe in them, and for no other reason than because they believe in them. So
Oh,
basically, orc magic.
wait a minute. There's a really good book series called Beyond Redemption. It's a fantasy series where it's like the magical powers in it are kind of based on mental illness. So a guy just delusionally believes he's the best swordsman in the world, and he literally is. It's
Interesting.
it's a really fun like grimdark series.
That does sound like fun. So I have rolled a 10. Thank you for the recommendation. And Aaron looks like he's rolled a 3. You rolled in
Yep.
two threes in a row.
Yep.
So,
I'm number 3. I'm number 3.
our death counter is reset to the regular one, and neither one of us has failed that. Um, oh my God.
Third is the nerd in the polka dot dress.
Perfect. So our next, so I guess Skip, you're taking control of this one.
Yes, sir.
All right. On this one's pretty specific. So, this one's basically taking place on a planet that's in the video game Warhammer Space Marine 2. So
Okay, guys, shout out
let's
below
go
if you
for
know
it.
which one he's talking about, and make the nerd references that I definitely don't know.
On a jungle planet on the fringes of the Imperium called Kadaku, an Imperial world is currently under invasion by a species of parasitic other galaxy monstrosities. They're
What?
known as the Tyranid Swarm. They are a psychic hive mind that flew here from the darkness of space at the edge of the galaxy in living hive ships, living creatures, massive creatures that can survive in zero gravity. They devour worlds. They have psychic barriers that prevent humans from contacting other solar systems. They turn entire planets into biomass, which is
Jesus.
just a green liquid that the hive can turn into more tyrannids. They're an evolving, adaptive
Oh my
threat
God.
that are very hard to kill. And
That's
on Kadaku,
disgusting.
uh, and on Kadaku,
I'm sneering
Skip, you
so
are.
much that my gums
Oh,
are showing. This is one of the few times I wish you had video
oh,
because this is so gross to me. Like, I cannot believe this is a thing that's in the game that can just basically decompose you into them.
you got. I mean, you. Oh, baby.
So gross.
Oh, oh, mama.
Like, how does one even? Okay, there's got to be a weapon that can take these things down.
We'll see. Uh,
Oh God.
you are a space marine. You are a
There.
Primaris Ultramarine. You are a sergeant known as just Sergeant Hephaestus. You have been leading a squad of Space Marines on a rescue mission. Every front on Kadaku is assailed by swarms and swarms of tyranids.
Okay.
The average termagant, this is the lowest scale tyranid that you're fighting, is the size of a person. They have scythes that are about the length of your arm. They have 4 arms. They have a head lined with teeth. And controlling these herds and swarms of termagants are just called Tyranid warriors. Once the hives started to fight you and Space Marines, they answered with a Tyranid that is the size and ferocity of a Space Marine. They have guns that are sniper rifles that are their own living organisms. They have scythes that are the size of basically a person. They have bone arms. They have the ability to screech and bleed your ears from just psionic attacks. Tyranids are an evolving monstrosity. And you and a dwindling squad of Primaris Space Marines, you are the epitome of Space Marine. You are a new, genetically altered, even bigger, faster, stronger kind of Space Marine. You have been pushed to your absolute limit. Your bolt carbine that you brought down here that you dropped with shattered and destroyed by a Tyranid blade.
Crap.
You have a knife and a pistol and a handful of other Space Marines that you are absolutely indebted to and indebted with. They are serving you, and your job is to get to an Astra Militarum forward operating base. You are there to just pull those guys out. They are just humans, and your job is to find that base.
Cool.
Passing through just the jungles of Kadaku, you are breaking vines and trees. Jeez. You are going passing over rocks. You, if Tyranids are there, your suit sensors can pick them up. You are lightning reflexed, blasting termagants wherever they may pop out of these trees. Getting to the edge of a tree line, you can see a metal gate that has a skull in the center of it. This is a gate that's connected to like a giant mechanical wall. It looks like the forward operating base was dug into a hill, and locking you out is a sort of a broken, shattered, it's called a servo skull. It at one point was a human skull that is now controlling this door through electronics. It's twitching and shooting out sparks, and the door is partially opened. It looks like it's kind of opening and closing in a broken manner. Like you can notice that this forward operating base is not sealed correctly at all. What would you like to do?
So, just a side commentary, I can see that the angstiness of the 90s didn't go away. It just kind of like subverted into some games that I wasn't paying attention to. Because both this and Magic have some just horrifying concepts of them that where I'm like, wow, you nerds got dark and like, all together in one place. Okay, gotcha. How close are we to? Do we know how close we are to the guys that we're trying to pull out? Is it like through that gate? Is that kind of where the mission? Leads?
You'd probably say it's through that gate. Usually, it looks like up on the there should be ramparts and there should be Marines like looking over it. Mm-hmm. It looks like there's maybe like 100-foot just like flat clearing. I mean, your running speed is like 20 miles an hour if you just decided to go and do a full sprint. You are 8 feet tall. You could run like a horse galloping.
Gotcha. And probably like leap that too. Two actions, if I could compile them to one for a check, is if I could get because I know I broke a gun, but if I could get a rifle if I can get someone else's rifle, and then I want to like lead slow move towards the gate. And continue and I guess basically what I want to do is charisma check for the guy, and using social status to get the rifle, and then also to be real observant as we're approaching the gate and where the mission is. So what that never comes to. That was a convoluted question.
I would say honestly, I would just say roll for it.
Okay.
It's going to be like a pretty low DC, just because
Okay.
you're the highest ranking guy. If you want that,
Oh,
he'll
cool.
basically give it to you.
So greater than
And
two.
then yeah, oh yeah, totally.
19. Okay, so we get that big bonus.
Absolutely, yeah. Space Marine beneath you, he's a tactical Marine. He has a heavy bolt rifle. It's like the carbine you had was meant for close quarters. He hands you, it is a long range, bigger magazined, heavier barreled bolt
Damn, I'm gonna be
rifle that
like,
is meant
you've
to.
been hiding it this whole time? Because like my hands just
It's
got my backpack just got too heavy carrying this. Maybe you should have this gun I've been carrying as we've been going through this jungle and I've got a pistol. Thanks, guy. This is my brother. He's always got my back. And then like I knuckle his head, be like, we got each other's back.
Tacticals come prepared, and he pulls out. He has two sidearms, a regular bolt pistol, and beneath that, near his ankle, he has a flamer pistol. He
Whoa.
reaches in and grabs that. It's like a shot. It's basically a shotgun fire pistol, and on his offhand, he's carrying his own chain sword. So it's always prepared. Uh,
Yeah, that's why
um,
my guy is the best guy, and I'm glad that he's on my side.
you are in a squad of 6, and while you were just doing this exchange, Space Marines have electronic HUDs. You've been able to see your squad.
Cool.
A handful that were with you that had died along the way. Their names and ranks and heartbeat monitors are sitting as black.
Ooh.
Um, of you and the 5 others that are with you right now, you only see 4. The tactical that's in front of you. There's another sniper that's with you a little further off. On your right, there's another soldier that is a vanguard. They're grappling hooked Space Marines. There is a heavy that is with you. It's a guy who doesn't have melee weapons. He just has two-handed chain gun. But your 5th is gone, and the black box that was his name was Gaius, has now turned black. Where there was a heartbeat just a few seconds ago, gone. He was a shield carrying and power sword having called a bulwark. He was basically like a chapter veteran. He was a melee expert. He didn't have any, like, he had a pistol and he didn't have ranged guns, but he had this enchanted, like, electronically enchanted shield. Vanished, not with you, dead. You had no idea where he was. What do you want to do?
Okay, so we're an immediate threat. I'm gonna call everyone's attention to it as like high alert, and then we need to get to a more safe position. And so, like, I don't know if like forming up back to back is the maneuver, but kind of that's the all eyes in all directions is what we need to do right now. What's the check?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I would say it's like probably like 6. Do you want to stay in the trees or do you want to go to the gate?
We want to go to somewhere that's covered that we know is safe. I'm not sure if the gate is, so I'm gonna say to the trees.
Probably. I mean, honestly, the vanguard that was with you, he's a lightly armored Space Marine. It's slightly thinner power armor. He goes, Captain, I believe the door is the best way in.
Oh,
We
to
need to
actually
go
get in
now.
place and get to cover. Okay, so and
Captain, you're sergeant.
yeah, can I do a telepathy check to see how much I trust him?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, what's the check on that?
Uh, it's your out of. This is like your outside power, basically.
Well, so I guess it's the question: is a space marine telepathic? He's not connected to the warp at all, right?
No, I mean, yeah, psychers, a human can be born with psychic abilities.
Okay.
You generally do trust Space Marines, like
Okay,
especially
especially if
like
we
your chapter
trust each
brothers.
other. Oh, of course. I'm sorry. Of course, I would trust him because we're all space marines
Yeah,
together. All right. So
you
let's.
generally would.
Sorry. Yeah. Let's make the maneuver to the door. Doing a position basically. Yeah, where we're all keeping an eye on each other's back. Um, no one's back
Yeah,
is uncovered. So you said it's like.
yeah, like honestly, like 100 feet away. It'd take you a couple of seconds just to get there.
Oh, this 6, and then to the door. Is it? Is it harder to do that?
I'm sorry, to do what to the door?
You said the DC was 6 to make the maneuver to get back to back, and then you said it was
Yeah,
depending on whether or not we went to the trees or the door. So if we're going to the door, is it more difficult to do that because it'll take more time, or the same check?
I would say it's probably about the same DC.
Sweet. Boba. Dang it. Okay, so it was a 4. And that brings our failure check up to 2. Acceleration. So it was an easy check. It's a 6. I totally should have gotten it. And I failed you, my good GM.
No, that's okay.
So are we fighting for the body now, or?
So I was just curious as to what had happened, like where we got because the he was trying to form up because we just got attacked by a guy, and they made a move to the door, but the maneuver was unsuccessful. So I was just like, oh no, what do we do?
So
What do we do?
yeah, so I'm
Marines?
actually gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say a story beat is gonna happen, and then you guys can take control after the
Cool.
beat.
Yes, yes.
You give the order to move to the door. There are 5 of you now. The vanguard seems to like rush ahead. He puts his bolt cart, like his it's like a bolt stalker rifle on his back. Rushes to the door. He says, "Captain, the servo skull seems broken." The tactical marine that was with you plants up on the door and pushes it open. The heavy marine also runs over to it, grabs the door, and they're both trying to pull it apart from separate ends. So as they're holding it open, the vanguard passes in front of you. You go behind him. The sniper on your HUD, he doesn't seem like he's with you, and you notice his heartbeat also cuts to black. The two Marines, that the heavy and the tactical, they sneak in both behind you and look around. The sniper was not with you. He is not in the tree line. You tell them that he is gone, and they shut the door closed behind you. Whatever was
We're not hearing anything?
No, whatever was just with you in the tree line, he is gone that quick.
It just
Actually,
like, just like just like the only it's cool that we have the HUD display because that's the only way we're knowing because we're not seeing or hearing anything with all our powerful senses. Like I mean we have
you
6
did not.
ears at least,
Yeah, you did not you did not hear anything. It didn't look like there was any blood.
That's
His
wild.
gun never fired. It's a Space Marine sniper rifle is like 6 feet tall. He
Right.
never fired it once.
I don't see these guys being like like quiet. Okay,
We'll
so
have to see what
dang.
happens.
All right, so roll off then.
Yeah, roll off.
I mean, like whatever it is, like that's what's kind of terrifying to me is like we're big, but like whatever this is like I just rolled a 1.
You rolled a
I
1?
just rolled a 1. Yeah, so as we try to take control of the body.
18.
I don't have any bonus
So you
to
just
roll it. Yeah, Aaron, if you want to play this from an 18, you could use your bonus, but I'm not asking. I'm just saying that that's the only option that we have to not get killed right now.
kill him. I don't.
Aaron can't kill the Space Marine.
I don't care about any of these people enough because I haven't played them, and
No, I
they're not
got you.
they're not specifically in places that I think I can accomplish my goals. So
And, Warhammer for sure. Um, GM, he's keeping his point. And how have we gotten killed? How have we killed this poor Space Marine?
I'm actually realizing,
and like
Aaron, you bring up a really good point. I didn't realize that your no, actually, one of yours actually could happen. One of yours is way more likely than the other one, I think. But
Um,
yeah,
Also,
I don't want to spoil what Aaron's
two
goals are.
two out of my 3 goals are probably improbable. One's
so
possible.
we will have a
Yeah.
final break between the 2 games if you wanted to switch them up, know what type of universe we're in that would make it
No,
things you
no, I
could
don't.
achieve. Fair enough.
I
I
I
mean,
think it's still funny.
Fair,
So
fair.
like if I could do either of those two impossible goals, then it'll be funny.
That is. I
Uh,
mean, I'm with you on that one. That is of course, sort of the beauty of this game too, because you can achieve it and they die at the end. So absurd things can happen.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we've been silently stalked. We rushed into this place. There's this thing that's been killing off really powerful androgynous angels of death. What?
Oh my
Ah,
God, they killed Kenny.
Yeah.
uh, entering a silent forward operating base. You don't see any guardsmen. You
Yeah.
don't see any. You don't see any bodies. There are armored barricades that are facing the gate, but everything seems to be gone. Doesn't look even like there's any blood anywhere or rounds that were fired. Passing through tents that were set up, you just see guns that are racked. Uh, until you make it to a makeshift mess hall where butchered Astra Militarum sit in a massive pile. And as you look in there and your helmet switches from uh, normal optics to thermal optics, you see behind a pile of cold bodies is a green and yellow shimmer that is hunched over and massive. And popping its head over this pile of corpses is a tyrannid that you do not remember seeing before. You've
What?
heard about it. It is called a lictor. And as quickly as you spot it and it stands up, it turns fully invisible from any of your vision and is gone and out of the tent. As you back out, and one by one, in seconds apart, different members of your strike team on your HUD, their heartbeat monitors are turning black. Wherever the Vanguard was,
Oh my
split off from you,
God.
black. The heavy Marine guns aren't firing, black. The tactical Marine that gave you his rifle, gone. You are backing up into a wall, calling out the names of your fellow Marines, and you see in front of you, uncloaking in a flash, is a 12-foot tall lictor. Where a mouth would be are strands of tentacles. Where there would be two arms, you have four. There are massive claws on the bottom, and then two large, almost crab legs, like scythes growing out of its back. It is hopping in massive leaps all around you, turning visible and invisible. You are unloading your rifle on where it was until you have no rounds left in your magazine. And as you drop the magazine out to reload, you are impaled fully with both of its back claws.
Damn.
And your helmet is pulled off in a swift motion that breaks your nose and shatters the electronics that were around you. And a tentacled mouth opens up as it's going to bite into your skull and rip out every single secret you have about the Imperium
What?
slowly.
Wait.
And
Oh,
you
of
are
course, right? Because
and
it's not just biological. They're also absorbing your knowledge. That's
yeah,
crazy.
lictors do.
Okay.
Uh there you go. Did.
What?
Do they have a drink they put in a stein so it'd be Liechtenstein?
They should. Honestly, that would be a hilarious like Warhammer beer. I mean, I would say look at
Liechtenstein.
the Lictor, Lictor. They are the models of them are way bigger compared to Space Marines, but they're like a pretty common enemy in the Space Marine game, and they're basically Predator. They're basically just Predator. It's why they can turn invisible.
Ah, I gotcha. Um, damn. There's Lictor. Yeah, there's a predator with huge freaking claws. I'm gonna cut them
Very fun.
into the videos. People can see them on the screen too. Of course, drooling over the models. There's some well painted ones. Sweet. Well, we are kind of in the last stint, possibly 2 games if we die quickly, like we've been doing. But it's we have what, 20 minutes left. Um, Man, I know you can't control die rolls, but I just feel so bad. I just keep killing off the characters before we barely get them started. Uh,
If you can't have them, nobody can.
Uh, it's not really. I mean, I prefer to hear the story, no matter who's playing. I try to make interesting choices just so it's fun to listen to, but it is as it is. Aaron, do you want to change any goals?
Nope, nope, nope. I'm
Okay,
just gonna keep everything the same.
I think I'm gonna
And
remain the same as well.
I feel as though I'm just gonna like keep my goals unless I ever like accomplish one, and then I'll feel like a sense of
Nice.
accomplished one,
There you go.
accomplishment.
See, like it's not just the 17 that I got today, it's the 17 that I've been seeking for months.
Yeah.
That's a game to be played for sure. Um, I'm gonna give you a roll. 8. I think that's how we started this game too, right? 19. Take it,
19.
boy. Come on, let's see some action.
All right.
So who's going first? Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron Cosbill.
Yep.
All right. Okay, Aaron. Ooh, boy. So we've seen the Imperium. We've seen a couple of different sides of the Imperium. We've seen one of the Xenos species, the tyranids. We're going to jump in a different point in time, and we are going to play as a member of the Tau Fire Warriors cast. The Tau are the closest argument you could make for good guys. Aaron, you are a blue-skinned, red-eyed alien. Tau have no nose. They're probably about the same size as humans, but they're significantly more athletic. And Tau are born into a caste system. You have been a warrior since the day you were born. The Builder caste are the Earth caste, and if a new species gets added to the Tau Empire, they usually get put in a lower caste. But the Fire Warriors, you are a glorious soldier. Tau put ranged combat over anything melee related. They find it to be significantly more honorable. They have very advanced technology, and they have large mechanical battle suits. You are a Tau pilot named Long Barrel. They almost have like Native American names. So there's a famous Tau commander called Farsight. So you are a pilot of a Riptide battle suit, a 20-foot tall battle suit with jetpacks on it. Most Tau are just ground infantry, or they have smaller mechanical suits, but a Riptide is a quick responding like mech you slot into its chest. On your left hand you have a almost massive energy shield, and on your right hand is a rail gun. On each shoulder you have smaller rail cannons that will auto target flying targets, and you are a flying anti-tank mech. You save in rapid response so many Tau by destroying, in this war, Imperial tanks. You are in the middle of a war with the Imperium that you've gotten through captured Space Marines and captured Astra Militarum soldiers, a war that they've called the Damocles Crusade. You and the rest of the Tau have been considered enemies and heretics of the against the Imperium, and you are fighting a horrible attrition battle against Space Marines daily. And you've been, oh
Damn.
boy, you have been winning. You are outmaneuvering these slow, ancient human tanks, Space Marines, and their high and mighty genetic superiority. You can crush with a hand and blast with these railguns. You can take off up into the air and shoot down their Thunderhawk gunships, their transport ships that have these Marines. You can save so many Tau in your battle suit. Warhounds that are large two-legged Space Marine mechs. You can just zip around behind and blast them from any angle. You are a mobile killing force. And staring down, you are on now the top of a plateau, looking down at a line of Imperial tanks. They are massive tanks called a Lehman Russ. It's a disgusting name, some human name. You can watch them, about 20 of them, driving towards a line of entrenched Tau soldiers. They don't look like they have any other functioning battle suits. It looks like you are their only option. What do you want to do, Aaron?
Damn.
Well, looks like I'm going to have to save them. I do have a question, though, about the Tau. What is their government like?
Their government... Ooh boy, this is where it gets less good. Their government are born. They are, if you're born into the water caste, they are incredibly smart. They are telepathic. The water caste are like politicians, and they're ones that will make first contact with other species, but they keep the caste system the way it is. I believe there's also the air caste, which is an even higher caste.
Air caste, huh? Well, like H-E-I-R or A-I-R?
AIR. Yeah, the castes of the tower are earth, fire, water, and air.
Yeah, not John Travolta and Ricky Lake.
Okay. All right.
That was the joke you're making, right?
You can. So I do want to say, if you would like to make a message, also the air caste are responsible for piloting ships, so the water caste is the highest caste. So if you wanted to, and I feel like I know where you're going, Aaron, the planet you're on is called Daleth. There isn't really anyone that's that high up currently on this planet, just because it's like actively being invaded by the Imperium. But if you wanted to send a message to someone higher up in the Tau chain, you can do that. It might just take a long time. But from your battle suit, you can record and send a message to essentially anyone.
Okay. It doesn't sound like we have the right sort of government for what I'm looking for.
Not necessarily a monarch.
Adopt a new government. I mean, on good enough rolls, you should be able to change even the structure of the.
Okay. Well, first I have to save these.
For sure.
Save my friends.
Right.
And I am going to have to attack with everything I've got to save them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Check on that.
Honestly, so. Yeah, Lehman, you're incredibly mobile. A Lehman Russ tank, the fastest it can drive, literally, is 18 miles an hour, and these are really like short-barreled but very anti-armor tanks. So you are very used to outspeeding these. Like if you wanted to like get down there, start zipping and zapping them, DC's like 12.
Okay.
Sweet.
Let's zip and zap and zop.
Zip, zap, and zop. Haven't played that game in forever. Yes!
19.
Look at that. Bam!
19. Oh, yeah. With a speed and familiarity that you are absolutely comfortable with, you take a running leap off of this cliff, your jetpack activates, you strafe over 4 tanks, and just in a line, this railgun charges and fires and pierces through these tanks with absolute ease. Their crews just turn into cinders. Tau that are like on the ground far off to your right, you can see and hear from the radio chatter cheers. They were grieving and thought that they were dying. You feel like a hero. 4 tanks gone, a couple of them and surrounding like Imperial heavy troopers. Like the Riptide battlesuit, very advanced. You can absolutely be destroyed. So you notice like rocket fire going past your head. You can feel, and some of the sensors on your void shield start like going off as like small arms fire starts getting ricocheted. You took out tanks, but you're kind of in the middle of a battle column.
Damn.
Do you want to? I guess. What do you feel like?
All right. I want to gather up the survivors and get them to safety.
Absolutely. You call over to whatever fire warrior commander is on that side. It's called what you're in currently is called a hunter cadre. So it's basically a battalion of multi-layered, all kind of synchronized Tau soldiers. So you are currently the highest ranking like Tau that's there. You give that order, they start to pull out of the trench, and you hear you're sort of sitting in this valley. You were on a plateau, and on the other side of the valley is another plateau. You hear over radio chatter, "Long barrel!" An extremely excited Tau in another Riptide battle suit. You can see and hear him jetpacking in a very similar move that you did off of the ledge and down towards the other side of this battle column. And with him in his Riptide battle suit are three others. I'm just gonna roll as you give that order. Roll a 13. You nailed 4 of these tanks in a row. They seem to be running on a little more energy. Tau don't normally get into melee combat. One of them just flips a tank over with his own hands, like inside the suit. They just seem to be like causing a ruckus. Some of them are firing, some of them are just hitting space marines with their hands and stomping on people. You were more effective than they were, but you now have absolute reinforcements here. Any of the tanks that were going forward have stopped and are starting to turn towards those new Riptide suits. What are you feeling?
I'm feeling let's press our advantage and get like a perimeter of safety to make sure that we can have some time and try to get start with the perimeter of safety, and then I want to get intel from these guys to see what I've got myself into.
Sweet. Listen, check.
Do you and I just want to ask, do you feel like you would be giving any of these humans any amount of mercy?
Not one single bit.
Perfect. In clearing out the ground soldiers to safety, and in all this chaos of these broadside suits, you can pretty swiftly and easily dismantle. I mean, you've basically single-handedly ambushed this whole line of soldiers, completely on accident. You dismantle these tanks. They have no warhounds or another kind of Imperial mech is called a dreadnought. They don't seem to have anything that is like capable of really hurting you. Small arms fires ricocheting off your shields, and a handful of the tanks that do start to land shots, and one of them does like hit your shield and make you stumble. Up on the ridge, like on the ridgeline behind you where you came from, you hear another Tau of fire incoming. It's another kind of suit. You've been in Riptides, but a broadside battle suit. Instead of the smaller railgun you have in Shield, this is one where an entire arm is a massive rail minigun, and the other hand just supports it. The suit is one half of a massive gun, and they act like sniper rifles and just start obliterating whatever these tanks used to be. Joyous calls start to erupt from these like 7 or 8 like battle suits. This is entirely accidental, but like you have amassed a large armored core of suits here. You hear the broadside that was behind you go, long barrel, you son of a gun. I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Oh, well, I can't be put down.
That's goddamn right, you can't. Firing! Another tank explodes in front of you. These Imperials don't have a chance. I heard one time something called a Titan got dropped. Some big robo suit the size of a whole building. Could you believe what kind of idiots would have to make a suit that big? We're zipping around these tanks. Incoming, firing. He fires and hits another tank in front of you.
You couldn't even power such a thing.
Couldn't even power it. These are dark matter reactors that run these riptide suits. Could you imagine something that huge? The last of these tanks and ground soldiers are turned to just smoldering ruins. Any guys that were escaping, the riptide suits that had joined in first are just like chasing them down and unloading on these small arms, unloading on these guys. I guess Aaron?
Yeah.
Yep.
I rolled a 13. You have pretty advanced sensors on your suit. You get a massive warning across the HUD of your suit. Incoming. This valley has been defended. What's protected you from orbital bombardments is a shield generator that is like very far at the other end of this valley. Like way more Tau would be down there defending it. These troops are just like at the sort of the edge border of where the shield would be. It's the reason you haven't been destroyed by ships from orbit. But at the edge of where the shield generator lands, you see what looks like a meteor, like coming down from the sky. Something massive, huge, is dropping and looks like it's like not burning up an atmosphere, but like crashing down from space. It looks like it's a mountain. What? Dropping down from the stratosphere.
Holy crap.
You get the sensor, you get the warning, and it looks like the rest of the battle suits get the warning as more of the Tau start to look up. And what crashes and explodes on the other side of this shield puts a dust cloud that's absolutely massive up into the air. It's low enough, the dust is a low enough velocity that it just kind of drifts in through the shield generator. And what feels like mini earthquakes start to, in a pattern, like a footstep pattern, start to rumble around you and down the valley. Like the rock plateau walls kind of like start to crumble down and drop tons of just debris down into the valley. It's a massive valley, but like you can see that like structurally, like something is happening to the terrain around you. Battle suits are 20 feet tall. What you can see on the horizon is, through the dust, your sensors can pick up something that is roughly 8 times your size.
Wow.
Your drones that are on the back of your battle suit deploy and start to scan forward. Multiple other suits have drones that the same thing. It's just fly forward and start scanning the area, scanning whatever the object is, and gunfire explodes, absolutely explodes and decimates the land that is in front of you. What is coming down on your screen now as these bright flashes decimate your drones are images of what's now being called an Imperial Titan. You have literally only heard rumors about a Titan. It is a mech suit piloted by a crew of humans that is 8 times the size of you.
Jesus. It
strolls step by step through the generator and booms out of a Vox voice speaker. God Emperor is arriving. And I'm just gonna roll right now. Aaron, it's gonna just start taking
time out.
shots.
So we're gonna have to pick up this game next week because we've run out of time. So yeah, that's the cliffhanger for this episode, is that the God Emperor is arriving to take on to So, Ocean, thank you so much. We've actually run out of time. All I can say at this point is that it's a Cox Space podcast. If you want to find out more of what we do when we're working on the show, you can go to coxinspace.com. That's coxinspace.com. And check us out there. Join us on the Discord if you want to play this. Join the Facebook if you want to find out the dates. And then check us out on Patreon too to support the show. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you next week here playing the same or a different game. We'll see with Ocean Alvarado. Thank you so much, Ocean. See you guys later. Bye.
You.